So just like a lot of fans out there, I actually thought that this was just going to be an April Fool's joke. Especially when they said that the game was going to be free. I was just waiting for them to just come out and say April Fool's, but it never happened. The idea was just so weird, like Sonic just getting murdered and on a train, Tails finding out who did it. It was a point-and-click game too, which is the first for Sonic. But I'll be honest, I was laughing my ass off when the trailer, they just started with them saying, we've been listening to all your feedback and just said Sonic's dead, we can all go home guys. Meanwhile, Sonic's just sitting there doing the Family Guy pratfall. I didn't think that it was going to be a legitimate game, but then I saw my friends on Steam playing and I was like, oh shit, this is a real game. So then I just downloaded the game and I just thought, why not review it since I already looked at Sonic Frontiers and Freedom Planet 1 and 2 before. And I know I'm pretty late to this since April Fool's is more than a month before, but hey, better now than never. It's also a point-and-click game in the style of a graphic novel, so it's pretty different from what I expect from Sonic and different from the games that you guys probably expect me to talk about on this channel. But because this game is the usual Sonic platform, I couldn't really think of a way to dive into all the mechanics since there's not a lot to talk about in the first place, so yeah, I feel like the best way to just get into this game is just talk about all the elements and mechanics that are in the game and just go rapid fire and just keep going until the video ends. So, with all that being said, let's dive into the murderous Sonic the Hedgehog. So the game starts off with your character applying for a job as a microwave manager for the Mirage Express. Your character doesn't have a name, so we'll just call him Ish, or Dumpling. When Dumpling started working for the Mirage Express, it just so happens to be the day where the conductor is retiring after 32 years. The core group finally gets on the train and gave us our tickets, and they all do it in ways that show off the characters' personalities too. Rouge gets caught stealing $20 out of the conductor's wallet, but our character's always bowing down to Blaze whenever he sees her, and she told him to cut that shit out. Vector forgets his train ticket, and Shadow scares our character. Right after that, the dialogue, interactions, writing is really good because everyone gets their time to shine in this game. Anyway, the main event of this is that it's Amy's birthday today, and to celebrate, they all got into the Mirage Express to do a murder mystery. Everyone has their own roles. Tails the detective, Amy's the news reporter, Sonic's the ship captain, Knuckles the sheriff, Vector's the butcher, and SVO is the poet. Blaze and Rouge are business tycoons and the Shadow's the locksmith. Once everyone was assigned to their positions, the train begins to pick up speed and Dumpling, Tails, and Amy get trapped in the inside of a closet. Dumpling and Tails discover that there's a shelf that has a broken piece on the side of it, and Amy seems to be acting very suspicious about it. So then Tails and Dumpling decide to find details and clues before finally interrogating Amy to find out if she knows anything. So just like any other point-and-click game, you move the mouse around and click on any object that glows up. By the way, there's a running joke where Dumpling is always looking for something in the trash bin since he thinks that there's always something in the trash bin. And every time he looks there, it's always empty. But this will pay off later in the game though. Anyway, once we get enough clues, we interrogate Amy in the first gameplay segment in the game, but it's not really gameplay, it's more like a minigame if anything. Here you control Sonic and his auto runner, which is kind of like a mix between Sonic Labyrinth and the Genesis version of Sonic 3D Glasses special stages. It's imaginary dream gear, which is supposed to be our character's imagination trying to think about how Sonic would handle something like this. You collect a certain number of rings while avoiding obstacles and pitfalls, so our character can give the perfect rebuttal to the character that we're interrogating. But the only way to play these sections is with a keyboard, and I can never really play games with arrow keys and a spacebar unless the game was made with that control scheme from the start, but it works here since it's nothing really in depth though. You're just going from left and right and jumping, so I got used to it quickly. But even then, if you're not comfortable with the requirements to finish these sections, the developers had the foresight and made some adjustments that would help make these sections a lot easier, like lowering the ring quota, giving you invincibility, slowing down the gameplay, and taking out the pitfalls. You also have unlimited lives, so you can retry them as many times as you want. So once we get our thoughts together, we interrogated Amy and we found out that the damage from the shelf was because of Amy's Pico Pico hammer. Well, her spirit Pico Pico hammers, but since it broke off, she decided to hide it since she was too embarrassed about it. Anyway, once we get out of the closet, we find Sonic's unconscious body in the dining room car. At first it all looks like it's part of the game, but then Sonic doesn't really seem to be responding a lot, which makes us think that he's actually dead, or he just might have gotten tipsy since he just says he needs some sleep. And then this is where the game begins. Tails and Dumpling go into a saloon car. Dumpling is still worried about what Sonic said, but Tails says it takes a lot more than that to kill Sonic, and he also says that he likes to take naps in weird places, and I'll let you decide on what that means. Anyway, they find Knuckles in the saloon car playing his role as a sheriff. We try to ask him if he knows anything about Sonic's death, but he's pretty hush-hush about it. So we decide to look for some details to try and interrogate his alibi. So while we do that, I just want to talk about how much I love how this game looks. The art style really has a mix between the Archie comics and the IDW comics. The character portraits are really well drawn, the character designs are on point, and the facial expressions are really good looking. The background images are great to look at, and they would honestly make some pretty good desktop backgrounds too. All the characters' outfits look really cool, like Tails' detective outfit, Rouge and Blaze's outfit, Amy's birthday clothes, which kind of reminds me of her Boom outfit for some reason, and Sonic's sailor outfit. It's cool that the artist took the extra effort to make sure that all the characters still look really good, since that's most of what you're looking at for the entire 3 hours that you're playing this game. The music's just as good here as it is in any other mainline Sonic game, and maybe even some of the spin-offs. They match the theme of the murder mystery motif, and they go along with the situation they're played in too. Seriously, everyone who made the music in this game needs some appreciation for this. Anyway, now that I'm done with that, we finally found some clues to testify Knuckles' alibi. So Vector beat Knuckles' high score in Super Monkey Ball, which made him so mad he destroyed an arcade machine, but we also found out that Shadow was also playing the game too, since you see that one of the names that was on the scoreboard was Ultim, which stands for Ultimate or Ultimate Life Form, and the only one who goes by that name is Shadow. That's actually how they came to that resolution, I'm not even joking. I never thought they would reference that again after Heroes or 06 at the latest. Anyway, we see that Rouge was also here too, since we see her lipstick on the cups, which we don't know if it was actually her lipstick, since her lips in this game are pink and the lipstick marks on the cup is red. But we still go to the next train car after this, and it's in the library car with Espio and Vector. We ask Espio and Vector about Sonic's murder, and they tell us that Shadow's been locking the doors, but somehow Espio didn't see him walking through the library car. But this detail will come to play later. We meet up with Rouge and Blaze in the casino car, and we find out that they're looking for the Fabergé Chow egg that is locked up somewhere in the train. And we also find out that Rouge has the blueprints for this train. So we decided to help them steal the Fabergé Chow egg by setting up a heist where Blaze distracts the security guard while Rouge pickpockets the guard for his card. Then Dumpling will tell the guard that there's a drink without a coaster, causing the guard to leave his post, allowing the four to use the elevator, and after that, the train's mechanical arm will attack them inside the elevator, so Tails tries to deactivate them, while everyone pretends nothing's happening. After we successfully execute that plan, we enter the vault and find the Fabergé Chow egg, and it starts ticking. Everyone starts thinking that it's a bomb, so they start freaking out. But after going through some of our options, we decide to let the egg tick, only to find out that inside the egg is a Chow ornament. After we return to the casino car, the girls open up the lounge car for us to find Shadow. It turns out Shadow is there, but Amy's also there interrogating him about Sonic's death. However, after doing a little bit of investigating, we found out that Shadow wasn't Sonic's killer, and the reason why he's been locking the train car was because he forgot to get Amy a birthday present and went online to buy tickets for a concert that Amy's obsessed with. After that, they go to the conductor's car, and we gather up enough clues to finish the mystery, so Tails invites everyone to the conductor's car, but for some reason Sonic doesn't show up, and I think we all know where this is going. Amy and Vector find that Sonic's actually knocked out cold, so Tails and Dumpling try to interrogate everyone to see who murdered Sonic, and we find out that it was actually Espio who did it, since the story doesn't really add up. But then Sonic regains consciousness and tells the story how he got knocked out. Espio jumped Sonic at the conductor's car with the blow dart with knockout gas, but the only reason why he did that was because he thought that was all part of the game, since he got a note from one of the train staff. But Sonic also reveals that the train is actually a badnik, and the crew links that fact with Dr. Eggman because, come on, who else would it be? But before they can find any more clues, the train picks up speed and leaving everyone else unconscious. Sonic and Dumpling wake up back in the dining car, and the entire train has red taint over it, and all the monitors have Eggman's logo. Eggman video calls Sonic and Dumpling to taunt him, but Sonic demands to know where everyone else is at. Eggman tells them that they're trapped inside the cars, so Sonic and Dumpling go to save them in the last Dream Theater segment in the game. After we free all of our friends, we learn that the train is actually sentient, and the reason why it did all of this is because it was sad that the conductor was retiring, but Sonic and his friends aren't having that shit, so Amy slams the shit out of the train with her hammer, and everyone's freed. The conductor and his wife go on their trip to Spagonia. Sonic and friends celebrate Amy's birthday. Eggman is still waiting for his train with Metal Sonic and Sage. So does this game take place after Frontiers? Anyway, after Dumpling, he quit his job, practiced singing, and managed to fly to space, ending the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. So yeah, for a game that was just meant to be a big April Fool's joke, it's actually pretty well made. The character animations look really good, the art style is really unique and something you've never seen out of Sonic. The gameplay is simple but effective, the soundtrack fits for the murder mystery motif, the dialogue is pretty funny and kinda heartfelt, and it doesn't take too long to beat in one sitting. It could probably take you like 2 to 3 hours, so you can probably beat it in a day. Not to mention, this game is just bursting with personality and callbacks to past games like the Chow advertisements from Sonic Adventure 2, the portrait of Professor Piggle in the library car, and so much more. This game comes highly recommended just for one playthrough, and since this game is completely free, I don't think it would hurt to add this to your library. But that's it for this video, so like, if you've been following my community tabs or just like been in my Discord server and everything, then like, you know that like, my computer has just been fucking dead for the past like 6-7 months, so I kind of like paused the whole like production of like making videos and editing and producing it and everything, so yeah, but now I finally got a new laptop. I'm only going to start the marathon, the dual marathon that I thought I was going to do my Freedom Planet video, which was going to be like my summer marathon, and now it's just going to be the New Year's marathon, so, hey, I don't have anything else to say. But anyway, until that video comes out, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.